So Michelle, thanks for speaking with us today. What I'm doing is in my endeavour to help men understand more about women, about manning up, about becoming better men. I want to take this time to have a chat to you. You're a successful young lady who has your own business, you're a yogi, you're a businesswoman, many talents, and it'd be wonderful for you to give us some feedback, okay, for the men. So the question is, the first question is, what are the top qualities that you like in a man?
Top qualities is, obviously you want to have a good-hearted man, someone who is accepting of your beliefs. But a big one for me is actually stability.
Okay.
A man who is stable.
Yeah.
In many facets.
Yeah.
Stability, excuse me, in their minds. Stability in their finances as well, for security. Typical female, she wants to know that she's safe.
So protected?
Very much so.
Yeah.
For me, that's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, because I've seen that you probably have gone through some learnings by some of the guys that you've dated where you found out that they're not very stable.
Yes, definitely. But I think we all do.
Yeah, it's a learning.
And also I think also for men, it takes a certain amount of time to get to a stable point within themselves.
Sure.
It's not something that comes straight away.
Yep.
Stable with what we know what we want out of life as well. Because I believe men also don't know what they want from a young age, and so when they work out what they want, then they can find stability within themselves, and then they can give stability to other people as well, and ultimately their partner.
Any other qualities?
Easy going for me, because I'm a vegan and I have a certain
Freak!
I have a certain eating style.
Yeah, it's an eating disorder.
Yeah, pretty much, no. But all the men I've ever dated have been very accepting of that. So non-judgment, don't have to be, if a girl has her own sort of quirky ways of living, just to be accepting that. And if it doesn't flow, just don't go with them for the guy. Like, if a girl has her own way, it's like being with an elite athlete. An elite athlete's going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. The partner needs to be accepting of that person's lifestyle. So ultimately, the partner you're going to choose, you want to have that same lifestyle.
Okay,
that makes it the easiest.
Okay, and what I'm also sensing from what you're saying is that a certain amount of independence, whereby you're in a relationship with a man, or you're in whatever capacity, however, they accept him by not being codependent.
Definitely.
Yeah, so they love you and they're with you, however, it's you can also live your own life.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I actually love to have a partner that I'm inspired by.
Yeah.
So if I'm with someone that they're doing their own thing and I'm thinking, wow, how great is that? And I don't care what it is, whether they're an athlete or a business person or even just a great person giving back to the community.
So just having a go.
But someone passionate. I think passion's huge. Someone passionate about whatever it is they're doing, whether it's sport, like I said, all
Just
those
maybe
things.
not pornography.
No, not pornography. That doesn't roll.
Yeah, I agree.
But that passion is everything. And then I think, oh wow, how cool is that? And that inspires me to be a better person. So inspiration is a big one.
Fantastic. Qualities that you don't like?
I don't like a guy that swears a lot, personally.
Okay.
And then I like someone who eats with good table manners as well.
Okay.
So just I think self-respect.
Okay.
Someone that you want to bring home to meet your mum and dad.
Yeah. So he's having a go. He loves you. Has his own life. He's got some table manners and he watches his P's and Q's.
Yes.
God, how easy is that, guys? Okay, I'd just like to run a quick scenario for you, just to hear your feedback on how you would respond. You're out somewhere socially and a guy comes up next to you and says politely to you, "Hi, you look really interesting. I just thought I'd come over and say hello and introduce myself." Maybe puts his hand out, shakes your hand. How would you feel about a guy approaching you in that manner?
Great. No problems at all.
The reason I ask that question to all the ladies that I've interviewed is because that's about the scariest thing for any man.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's hard.
And the feedback that I'm getting from every woman is it's like, hallelujah, how amazing is that
Yeah.
for someone to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So you'd be okay with that?
Definitely. It's also, I think, a big thing with that with women, that we can actually sense the ulterior motive. So you can actually sense if a man's coming up for you to have a chat because he wants to get to know you, or he wants to get to know you. Like there's two levels, and as a female you can kind of read that. You can tell the ulterior motive or not, and some girls are up for it. Like some girls are super keen, just want to have a good night and have some fun. Other girls want something a bit more serious, and you can tell that vibe. And I think the girl sends out the vibe as well of what she wants, and so therefore she attracts what she's sending out. So
would
either way, I think it's good.
Would the ultimate motive still be okay, but it's just how they go about it?
Oh.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, as in the end goal?
Yeah, the end goal is eventually you're going to want to have sex.
Ultimately.
But how it's done.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think any guy can get any girl if they do it in the right way. Like,
God, did you hear that, guys?
I think so, though.
Yeah, sure. As long as they've got the appropriate communication, how they invoke attraction, humour, create a connection.
Yeah. How long it takes for them to achieve that goal could be different depending on the girl. And it depends on what the girl's looking for and what stage in her life she is. If she's ready for a full-time commitment and it's not going to waste her time for any, trivial relationship, so she's ready for that one, she's not going to waste her time for that. But some girls might be in a stage in their life where they just want some fun, they just want to let their hair down.
So that guy might just say, hey, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, and that might work.
I think that would make them laugh.
Yeah, sure. So he better have some game after that.
Some girls would take that on and go, oh, that's cool. Other girls, you just never know, they'll be thinking, oh, how rude is he?
Yeah.
You just don't know, because you're working with humans and we're all so different.
Yeah, so maybe have a couple of game plans up your sleeve.
Yeah, well, I imagine you'd show, some girls will go, oh yeah, that's cool, and then other girls go, oh my god, he's a freak. Like, you just don't know, but I think ultimately, if you want to sleep with someone anyway, you want to connect.
Yeah.
So, and they want to be like-minded. So if you're a jokester, you want to be with a girl that laughs with your jokes.
Yeah,
If she doesn't laugh, you don't want to be with her anyway.
Yeah, sure. Unless you start tickling them, maybe. Okay, so any final comments? Like, have you got one secret tip as a woman that you could tell our men that might be helpful to them or interesting to their journey of becoming a better man?
To be honest, as a better man within themselves or a better man at achieving the end goal?
Well, I think, how about one point for what women want in a man?
Honesty.
Honesty.
Yeah.
Be honest.
To be honest, 100%.
Yeah. See, it's funny you say that because I through my work and observation of women through my observation of work and discussions with women and men, women can handle honesty far better than men. If a guy very clearly, sorry for that.
No, you're fine.
If a guy can have the guts to be straight up and be connecting and communicating with them, but make it pretty clear in his energy and present that he's either there because he wants to have sex or he's there to want to have a relationship.
Everything.
Women can handle that really well.
Definitely.
From where I've seen women get upset is the guy who goes down the whole road of being the romantic and doing all the tricks of creating that emotion because all he really wants is sex to then dump her is really bad.
That's the worst. It's the worst.
And that is...
If you're just looking for, just a bed buddy, some people are just looking for that, and there's women out there who just want that as well. They don't want
So be honest and truthful about that.
And I think that's everything. And I think if you're being honest with yourself and honest with your partner, then no one's being misled. And sometimes if that's what you do want, is just, a bed buddy, usually somewhere along the line, if you're having sex, someone's going to get hurt because they might get connected. When you're making love with someone regularly, but it's a non-strings attached, someone's going to at some point get attached anyway.
It's human nature, yeah.
So if that's starting to happen, then that person needs to be honest and say, I actually start to like you a bit more. You either cut it or you go, okay, well maybe we move forward. But
again, coming back to the honesty.
Always, at all times. And if you're upset, oh God, You know, even if you're in a relationship, oh, I don't really like it when you do that. Or maybe if you did it like this. And I know with me and my partner, we are so honest about everything, but in a nice way. Some people are so honest that they're nasty, and that's the worst thing you can ever do. Your relationship's gonna, and then they're being honest and nasty, and then you start bickering. You just say, oh, I really like it when you do it like this, or do you mind if we try it like this? And then they go, oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that position.
But in a way, yes.
Yeah, sure.
In a way, yes, because that's what you're there to please each other on every level, you know. And so you need to be honest with, because if you don't tell them how you're feeling and you don't feel good in the relationship on some aspect, then it's going to crumble and fall anyway. So.
Well, thanks, Michelle.
Okay.
Really appreciate your feedback
Awesome.
today.
Hopefully it
Cheers.
helps.
Yes, you sure
Good luck,
have.
guys.
Oh.